Today we're going to be doing something slightly different. We're going for this underwater theme. What I've done already is I've drawn some underwater characters. Here's one happy crab. We've got a fish and a medusa and some plants as well. And I sort of cut those already in shape just because it's going to be faster than to color them. Well, it's not going to be faster to color them, but it's going to be faster for me to sort of get them ready for using on this background. So the next thing would be to literally just do the coloring. There we go. So if you're the kind of person who likes making cards for people, if you've got somebody who likes underwater scenes, aquariums, all that sort of stuff, then maybe this could give you an idea on how to make, for example, a birthday card. If you got kids, then something like this can be a nice activity for them. Just drawing, coloring, cutting all kinds of underwater characters. And to be honest, well, it just comes down to your imagination. What is it that you think that something like this would be useful for? What would you like to do? And yeah, just taking it from there. Thought that I would leave some of those. I mean, this probably looks a bit funny, but that's not finalized. I thought that it would be easier for me. I could just color without worrying about the edges and then cut it to a shape later on. So let's see how that will go as we progress. There we go. So there we go, one happy crab coming up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also take the black pen and make some of those joints show much better so that it looks more like a crab. You know, the crab has those little pieces in the armor, so we'll make it look more like a crab as we progress. But for now, yeah, like I said, I haven't cut these out yet just because I thought that it would be easier for me. I don't need to worry as I'm coloring. I literally just color them and then I can cut them to the shape and add some of that black to give it a bit more definition so that everybody can see how the crab joints go. There we go. And that's the last little piece there. And what I'm gonna do with this, I wonder if that is dry. So let's put on a happy smile. This looks like a, whoops, maybe it's not dry enough. Happy crab with some lipstick on. Whoops. Yeah, I think I need to wait a little bit more. Oops. Well, we'll fix that later on. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna cut those little leggies out so that we can see them better. And sort of trying to go around so that I don't end up cutting my little fingers as well. There we go. One leg out. See if we can get the other leg out as well. There. That's two legs. And I just realized I've drawn a crab 6 legs. I don't know if that's factual. Do crabs really have 6 legs? It just looked quite good. It seemed like a good amount of legs. Yep. Yeah, I wonder if we were drawing humans like that too. Oh, I just put 4 legs. It just seemed like a good amount of legs. Yep, that'll do. There we go. And almost done on this side too. So then we're gonna have our 6-legged crab. Yeah, so we got 6 legs and a couple of those ones that have the snip, 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 snip. There we go. So we've got a crab that is almost ready to go. And what I'm gonna do next, I think, let's do a little bit of plant. Let's go bright green. I think I'm going for brighter colors than what you would see under the water. I think very often the colors end up being a little bit dull, especially if they are deep. But for this underwater scene, we're just gonna go for proper bright colors so to make it look quite attractive. There we go. And then the other one, I could just go and do slightly different shade of green. Let's do that. Oh wow. I don't know if you've watched any of my other videos, but I said that sometimes the green colors with these twin markers, when you just pick one, you suddenly realize that they look pretty much identical. This is what's happened to me now. So I've picked spectrum green and mint green, and my eye does not really see much difference. There we go. Let's continue and do the other one as well. So if you're not quite sure how to draw these plants that are underwater, if you've ever taken a look, there's many of different kinds of plants, and the way that they grow is not necessarily very it's not very systematic. I mean, so approximately there will be brilliant. So it doesn't necessarily need to be exactly. So there we go. We've got some plants ready. And then it's cutting these out. There. So what I did is I chose that blue background because I thought that let's try this rather than me drawing and coloring everything. Today we're gonna do something different, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna already use that ready blue background and then color and cut these little pieces that will go on it. There we go. So we've got one happy crab holding a seaweed there, and then we're gonna do this other seaweed, and we're gonna put this, I think, to the other end. There we go. Is there anybody who really likes to do arts and crafts? I'm sort of more of a crafting person than drawing person. I do drawing too, but give me some scissors and I think I'm happy with them. I hope there is out there other people who feel the same way. There we go. So now we've got a leaf ready. There. So we've got, oops, let's get some of that out of the way. So we've got a couple of pieces of plants. We've got then still this to color, and what I think I will, and then I've got a fish, right? So I think the next thing to do, let's go and do this happy little chappy. There we go. So again, I haven't cut this one out yet because I thought it would be easier to just color it, but we shall see. But yes, color it first and then cut these long stringy things, which I have to admit, I don't actually know what these are in English. If anybody would like to give me a hand, educate me on that, that would be brilliant. So now we've got, could call them oops. Yeah, let's not call them oops. I could call them tentacles, but I'm not sure if that's the right name for them. There we go. Yep, this is the trickier one. Trickier one than the crab. And when you get one cut, the other one ends up just sort of pointing to your face, just completely on your way, so that you can't actually see what you're cutting. But we are getting there. Yep, that one's done it again. Exactly on my way. But we're getting there. There and there. Whoops. I think we're going to be cutting this from the other end, just so that I don't accidentally cut the whole thing off. That would be a shame. Got so far with it. There. There. Okay. Wonder where that would go. Perhaps there. Yeah. And we've got the fishy. That one doesn't, it's so light that it doesn't even look like it's got much color on it. Although it does. It's weird. Oh, I was gonna say it is weird how my black pen always does walkies, but I have found, oh, I don't think this is my black. Ha! Somebody has done swapsies. So this will have green eyes. There we go. And we're gonna do red happy smile. There we go. There's one done. Ah, it's there quite happily just going. We're gonna do, oops, gonna go and put some more colors on these. There we go. Just adding a little bit of that definition there. There we go. Just saying that because these are so flowy, it doesn't necessarily matter too much how it goes. It will look fine anyway. So we already have a happy crab. We've got some plants. And what we're gonna do next is the fishy. So I think normally somehow I'm thinking of blue and yellow when I see this, but I am not sure that is how it is in the wild. I know that there is a fish that has a long nose, and I think it's got blue and yellow in it. I'm not entirely sure in which order they are, but this is what we're going for. We're gonna go and do a brave yellow tail there. There we go. And then we're gonna do, I think, let's add some color there as well. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some blue. Let's put some blue there. Let's see if this is a good blue. Nope, that's the same as our background. Let's go for slightly different blue. Whoops. Let's go for that blue. There we go. That's gonna sort of come out of the background a bit. There. I can see somebody's been using this. I quite like it when the color is not actually even. Prefer it for the fish being a bit this kind of flowy, streaky, which comes naturally now with this slightly broken pen. There we go. And we're gonna do there. Like that. And then we're gonna add some of those darker dots that I was already talking about before. And we are going to go and get some colors for that. So here we go. There we go. A little bit of black. Doing our happy crab. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. This is working now better. Working better. Oops. There. And let's do the same for the other one. And just doing the edges for both. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do here as well. So very much the edges. Oops. There. Like that. It's going to show up really nicely on the background. There. Oops. There's always an oops when there's me and a pen. I don't quite know why. There we go. And the same kind of those little things that sort of crabs have sort of looks like their shell is partitioned. So that's what we're doing here. Just making those come out a bit easier to see. Hey, here comes the crab. There we go. And then we're gonna do the same for the other side. There. Almost done with this crab. Whoops. Just prefer to do this. It sort of makes the star of the show, which for me is the crab. It sort of comes out from the background a bit. I should have called this the happy crab video. There we go. And we have one very happy crab. Yep. We've got plants. And we've got the fish, which is not quite ready yet. Whoops. So we're going to do a similar thing to the fish. Just highlight a few bits here. Let's highlight the edge. There we go. Just carefully a little bit of color there. There. And also the fin. Oops. Yes, I said it again. Oops. There we go. There. Okay. So after we're done with this, the next thing to do would be to glue. Get a glue stick and glue them all on so that we can sort of enjoy our ready-made. There we go. Right. Okay. Do we like the order? Do we like how they are? Oh, hello. I just realized I've been concentrating in cutting. Anya. No, Anya. Anya Kitty. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, Kitty. Oh, yeah. The crab looks very happy. Thank you very much. That was very much my intention to do happy, happy crab. Sort of happy, happy day, happy, happy crab. Everybody happy. There we go. So I hope I have succeeded with that. There we go. We've got happy crab here. So a little bit of glue. And then we're just gluing the happy crab on. I'm gonna leave those leggies unglued and the eyes are unglued so they can sort of flap about a bit. And what I'm gonna do with these plants, I'm just gonna put glue to the bottom like that. And the same thing here. I'm gonna leave it a bit so that it can flap around if it wants to. There, and I'm gonna do the same for the other one. So bottom part, and there you go. There we go. And then what we're gonna do also is this little thing. I have been calling it amoeba. We're gonna do and just do the head. Just gonna hit, sort of just connect the head so that everything else can again move around. And the fish, we're just gonna, where the blue is, that's where the glue, where the blue is, that's where the glue goes. There we go. And like that. There. And now we have an underwater scene. So we've got one happy crab, we've got fish. So depending on what you like to draw, what you like to color, I have to say I had not really tried to draw a crab before, but I quite like drawing a crab. Very happy crab. So yeah, crab, fish, and everything you can think of. And there's the underwater scene. So guys, It's been lovely having you here. Just subscribe, like, let us know, just comment what kind of things it is that you want to see. So I tried something slightly different today. You're saying fish is very cute and the crab is very cute too. Thank you very much. And you're saying you don't know much English because you're from Ukraine. Oh, sounds like your English is very good. No worries there. Yeah, so it's been great having you here. Do come again. Have a lovely day. Bye.